This is Nightline.
Tonight, the Menendez brothers hearing everyone's been waiting for. Fireworks and flared tempers from the DA.
In order to be truly rehabilitated, you have to acknowledge the full breadth of your criminal conduct, your cover-up, and your lies.
And the defense.
The family does not want to go through this charade anymore with the DA.
Before another delay in their bid for freedom.
Today was a little bit disappointing for us as a family.
More than a dozen family members showing up in support in the case that recaptured the country's imagination after Netflix's Monsters.
Eric and I killed our parents together, so I'd say that makes us pretty close.
Will they ever walk free? Plus, New York City's hottest club closes at 10 p.m. With partygoers dancing to hits like Prince's Let's Go Crazy before the sun even sets. The stress-free zone that keeps the fun in functional.
I can be home, wash my face, and still getting 8 hours of sleep.
Why parties like this are selling out.
This is not just a dance party, this is a movement.
And Tom Cruise's latest Mission Impossible stunt posted on X. Is this his most death-defying yet?
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Phil Lipoff. Tonight, explosive sparring and another delay in the long-awaited hearing for Lyle and Eric Menendez, the infamous siblings convicted of killing their parents more than 35 years ago. Here's ABC's Matt Gutman.
Hopeful,
but nervous.
Family members and supporters of Eric and Lyle Menendez, America's most famous convicted siblings, arrived in court this morning. But fireworks and flared tempers in and outside of court as their long-awaited resentencing hearing was delayed again.
Today was a little bit disappointing for us as a family.
The brothers' attorney, Mark Garagos, squaring off against the new Los Angeles District Attorney, Nathan Hochman.
The family does not want to go through this charade anymore with the DA.
in order for someone to be rehabilitated, they need to fully come clean with the entire breadth of their criminal conduct. In this case, the Menendez brothers, for the past 30 years, have not come clean.
The now middle-aged brothers have been in prison for more than 3 decades for the brutal murders of their parents in 1989. They had hoped this week to be granted a long-awaited chance at freedom. And last fall, it seemed the brothers were on the cusp of freedom under then-DA George Gascon.
I believe that the people that they were at age 19 and 21 is not the same people that we're seeing 35 years later.
But Gascon was voted out of office in November, and the newly elected DA Nathan Hochman has fought against the brothers' efforts for release. At the center of this latest showdown, a draft of a comprehensive risk assessment prepared by the California Parole Board.
Governor Newsom ordered a comprehensive risk assessment as a part of the petition for clemency. A comprehensive risk assessment is an assessment made by the parole board to evaluate whether or not an incarcerated person or persons is a danger to society as a whole.
The district attorney asking the judge to consider the assessment.
They prepared a report that analyzes their view of the comprehensive risk that the Menendez pose of potentially being a danger to society. So we wanted to make sure that the judge got a copy of that report.
If I was desperate and wanted to avoid the truth, I'd probably do the same thing.
The Menendez brothers had hoped the judge would reduce their sentence or re-sentence them for voluntary manslaughter. But now, a delay. The brothers due back in court next month.
How big of a blow is this comprehensive risk assessment to the Menendez hopes of a quick release?
At the beginning, it seemed like they had a lot of energy. They were looking at the camera. They seemed to be really engaged in what was going on. By the end, they were slumped down, and they looked like they were a bit defeated.
The brothers sentenced to life without parole in 1995, years after blasting 13 shotgun rounds at their parents, Kitty and Jose, in their Beverly Hills home.
Eric and I killed our parents together, so I'd say that makes us pretty close.
Their story gaining renewed attention after last year's heavily dramatized Netflix series, Monsters.
And you were never to touch him. Not ever.
Actor Cooper Koch, who played Eric, showing up to court last week in support of the brothers. The show focused on the brothers' sexual abuse allegations against their father and also say they feared for their lives. It was a trauma barely understood at the time, but now being looked at through a modern lens. But the sympathy the show brought to the brothers has apparently not swayed the district attorney. He says he'll only reconsider pulling recommendation for their resentencing if the brothers admit what they did.
What would they actually have to do?
The essence of that checklist is that they'd have to finally admit after 30 years that they killed their parents willfully, deliberately, and in premeditated fashion, not because they believed that their parents were going to kill them that night.
Have you considered meeting with the brothers and speaking with them?
We certainly considered it. But in cases like this, we've been actually able to get their opinions. They've written letters, they've written declarations, they've given statements to the media. So we had the information to consider. And they've had, again, 30 years to come clean with all their criminal actions, and they haven't.
Hochman stresses that sex abuse was never their defense for murdering their parents.
During their testimony, when asked, did you kill your parents because they sexually abused you? Answer, no. We killed our parents because we believed they were going to kill us that night. So until they come to grips with the full breadth of all their lies, they have not been fully rehabilitated, and they continue to constitute an unreasonable risk of danger to society.
The LA District Attorney's arguments and position that the Menendez brothers should not be resentenced does carry with it a lot of weight.
Last week, Terry Menendez-Baralt, the 85-year-old sister of Jose Menendez, told me she's not giving up hope.
For everybody, this is a story. For me, it's very personal. Those kids, they are like the boys that I didn't have. So it's time. 35 years is a long time. It's a whole branch of my family erased. The ones that are gone and the ones that are still paying for it, which were kids.
The morning after our interview, graphic crime scene images were shown in court. The brothers' attorneys saying the images so distressed Terry, they landed her in the ICU. Battling colon cancer, she had flown with her chemo medication to attend the hearing. She is now in a nearby hotel, still recovering.
Are you concerned that you might not live to see the brothers released from prison?
It is a concern. I have tried to go see them as much as I can, but it's hard because I live in New Jersey and I'm 85. I don't have that much time. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't.
I've met numerous times with District Attorney Nathan Hochman, and again he says those two brothers, they shotgunned Kitty and Jose mercilessly and relentlessly, in the kneecaps, in the head.
They are truly, deeply sorry for what they did, and they are profoundly remorseful. They are filled with remorse over what they did. And through that, they have become pretty remarkable people.
Does anybody here have any doubt at this point that the brothers were sexually abused by their father?
No.
Did you know, Terry? Did you know what was going on in that house?
Who knows what's going on in the house unless you live there?
I vacuumed every day, and I couldn't vacuum past the bathroom in the hallway. The time I was there, which was quite a while, I never saw the kids' bedroom, their bedroom, or anything, because I wasn't allowed down the hallway.
Did anybody think this was weird?
I think there's a difference between thinking that something is weird and knowing that something is happening.
The family also pushing back on the new district attorney's claims.
He said that the brothers have made something like 24 or so lies that they haven't apologized for and have never admitted as lies.
I thought it was more
What
than
does
that.
he want
It was a big
as an apology? Does he want them in front of a TV crying and said, I am so sorry? Is that what he wants? Is that what he means?
I asked him that exactly. And I said, do you want them to apologize for these 24 separate things? Do you have a list? He said, in fact, I do.
I guess he should go back and watch the trials or read the transcripts because they were cross-examined on all of those.
It was all litigated.
And most of those lies they told when they were young and scared of the consequences for their actions that they have owned up to a million times, certainly to all of us, but also publicly.
The next hearing in their case is May 9th. Until then, the brothers and their supporters have no choice but to wait.
Well, today was a little bit disappointing for us as a family as we march on.
Unfortunately, for this family, there are no secrets. For this family, there's no There's no floor on the amount of trauma that they have to go through.
If resentencing fails for the Menendez brothers, all hope is not lost. In fact, one of their strongest arguments for early release still exists, that clemency petition in front of the governor.
Our thanks to Matt. When we come back, meet the women who still like to party as long as they're in bed by 11, the play hard, sleep hard sensation that's sweeping the nation. Welcome back. They call themselves the Earlybirds, the dance party for ladies who have, let's just say, stuff to do in the morning. It's a let-loose celebration where come as you are is the idea, and dance like nobody's watching is the rule. Here's ABC's Stephanie Ramos.
Do we want to wear Gucci? Awesome. Why not? Let's go.
It's 5 p.m. on a Saturday in New York City, and Coco Oveda is getting ready for a night out.
This is a time during the day where I'm like, ooh, I had a great brunch with friends. What's next? And there's this little kind of energy drop, which is not where you want it.
She's 53 years old and still loves to party.
I have to tell you, this is the party where you leave your high heels at home.
But tonight, she's heading to an event that starts before the sun even goes down.
I grew up during an era in America where MTV was launched. I have been dancing to this music that I call real.
And here, the tunes are tailor-made for her age group, like this song, the 1985 German synth pop hit, Rock Me Amadeus by Falco.
What's great about this party is the start time. I can be home, wash my face, and still get 8 hours of sleep.
It's called the Earlybirds Club, and the message here is simple. Just because you're busy doesn't mean you have to stop having a good time.
I don't usually have nights out like this anymore. I'm a mom and have lots of responsibilities and other things going on.
When I see women in their 60s just getting down, it's like a role model for how you can just let loose and have fun at any age.
Earlybirds co-founder Laura Baginski wanted to design a space for reliving your youth without feeling the aches and pains of a late night the next day.
It starts at 6 and ends at 10.
That's perfect. Have dinner and then let's go party.
That's right. It tapped into something that a lot of women our age were feeling. You probably dealt with some stuff in your life, you know, maybe caring for an older parent, kids, career. And so when you're in this space and you can just let it all out, it brings you back to that person maybe before all this stuff happened.
Gen X getting the chance to relive some of their favorite John Hughes movie moments, like this one from 16 Candles. Or this one from The Breakfast Club. The 80s Earlybirds night theme topped off with neon wristbands, Jane Fonda's workout video on repeat on the walls, one of the more popular drinks, the Hot Flash.
They have the Hot Flash?
I was like, this isn't a scene. You're not getting dressed up to wow anyone. One woman wore like running shorts and a sports bra, and I was like, you understand.
You got it.
Laura is a Gen Xer based in Chicago. At the turntable, Helene Lee, aka DJ H-Bomb.
How did the idea hit you?
The opportunities given to middle-aged women are like Pilates, like book clubs, which
can be great.
Which is great, no shade. But I wanted more than that.
So Laura teamed up with her best friend, Susie Lee, who's also Helene's cousin.
Susie's story is that she has stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. She knows not to waste any time. If you've got a good idea, do it, because we've got this one time on Earth and you can't squander any opportunity.
This is Susie at the Earlybirds 1-year anniversary event in Chicago. Wilson Phillips' enduring anthem, Hold On, playing in the background to a crowd of hundreds.
Susie gets up halfway through our dance parties. Susie talks about her cancer and how her purpose in life right now is to bring joy to others. And it gets very emotional. I start to get a little emotional myself.
Susie Lee was my college roommate, so I think what they've created is just really incredible, especially in this particular moment in our world.
Laura's event is an inclusive space, but it's designed with women, non-binary, and trans people in mind.
It's all women in a place that just feels a little more freeing and uninhibited for us to just be silly, ridiculous, and just have a great time with your girlfriends and celebrate sisterhood.
If you are going somewhere like a bar, you might have to have unwanted interactions. And I think that that's when we talk about women-only spaces as safe spaces, it's more of the freeing up the mental space to be fully present and enjoy yourself.
Most women are accepting of each other. You're just dancing to the music and letting your body feel the music. And that's really what dancing is about.
And Earlybirds has clearly tapped into something. This is their 4th one in New York City. And in the years since it started, Earlybirds has gone to 3 cities with 6 more on the way. All the events have sold out every single time.
I didn't even know how much I needed this. We've had people hugging us and crying and saying, like, what you're doing is so incredible. We do feel compelled to keep going because it means so much to people.
It's very cathartic. People leave there feeling like revitalized.
From her perch atop the DJ stand, Helene sees it all. Her secret sauce, letting the songs play out.
Because it's all about that nostalgia of like when you were getting ready with your girlfriends in the dorm room, it was you were probably flipping through or like, I guess, skipping through a CD or rewinding
a tape.
cassette.
A tape.
Yeah. So,
like if we're talking "Let's Go Crazy" by Prince.
Yeah.
You're going dearly beloved. To the very end of that last.
The good vibes extending beyond the party, with 10% of the proceeds of every event going to a local charity.
Where is this club going?
I think it's necessary everywhere. The demand for it is definitely global. This is not just a dance party. This is a movement. This is a community. And so we're not out there to make a ton of money here. It is really just to spread joy.
Spreading joy one early party at a time. Our thanks to Stephanie Ramos for that. When we come back, what high-flying, death-defying Mission Impossible stunt has Tom Cruise done this time? You might not believe your eyes. Finally tonight, Tom Cruise takes Mission Impossible stunts to new heights.
3, 2, 1.
The megastar's bravery sky high and then some.
You can't imagine how physically punishing it was for Tom to be on the wing.
Mission Impossible posting on X this jaw-dropping, gravity-defying stunt, with Cruise hanging by his fingertips from the barrel-rolling plane with the caption, 8,000 feet with 140-mile-per-hour winds. No CGI. Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, flies into theaters May 23rd. Just amazing. Tomorrow morning on GMA, George Stephanopoulos with a first look inside the Pennsylvania governor's mansion with Josh Shapiro and his wife Lori, seeing the charred rooms together for the first time following that horrific firebombing attack. And that's Nightline. You can watch all of our full episodes on Hulu. We'll see you right back here, same time tomorrow. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.